Hi, I am Dr. Bree, and if you don't know me, I work with women all over the world who have pelvic health issues, men too. But I work with a lot of women, especially women with prolapse, and I want to share with you today 2 things that you need to stop saying immediately and doing immediately if you have prolapse. So stick with me, let's go ahead and get to it. The first thing that you're going to want to stop doing immediately is checking your prolapse constantly with a mirror, with your hands, with your, by touching with your fingers. You really need to get out of the cycle of preoccupation with this issue. Now, I'm not saying to stick your head in the sand and pretend like nothing is wrong. Of course, if you have prolapse, you need to deal with it, and there's a lot that you can do. Definitely see a pelvic floor physical therapist, also known as a women's health physical therapist or a women's health physio. So that's a great first step. The other thing you can do is look into programs like My Home Course Lift, which gives you all sorts of at-home treatment options you can do with exercises and lifestyle tips that are going to help you get better. So I'm not saying to just pretend like it's not happening, but once you have your diagnosis, you can go ahead and move on from there, knowing that you're doing all the right things, you're taking all the right steps, you're going in the right direction if you're doing something like seeing a physio or doing my lift course or working with someone else who can really help you in a positive way. Now, if you are hanging out in forums or groups or discussion areas that are really negative and are talking about all of the scary things that you don't want to, they don't make you feel good, right? They don't make you feel uplifted, then that's not going to help you. Just like it's not going to help you to continually be looking with your mirror all day long. And many people I know, including myself when I was there too, check and look at their prolapse and check their prolapse upwards of 10 times a day. That's not going to get you anywhere. It's going to keep you preoccupied, keep you stressed out and anxious about your condition. And that is going to make your muscles clenched and tight and not work well. So I always say to my clients that calm muscles work better. And one way to calm the muscles is to calm the mind and stop with the preoccupation and obsessing and checking. So that's the first thing to stop doing immediately if you have prolapse. Ditch the mirror and stop checking all day long. Okay, the second thing to do immediately if you have prolapse is to please stop saying this. Please stop saying, "My vagina is broken." I have heard this from so many women, and if you say this too, please stop saying it right now. Words are powerful. Your language is powerful. You probably have many examples of things that other people have said to you that have lodged in your brain. These are old stories. They lodge in our brain. They stick with us. Maybe something our mother said about anything in our life, or an aunt or uncle or friend or your doctor. Maybe you heard something about your prolapse diagnosis that you didn't want to hear. Maybe you heard something that made you feel bad. It didn't make you feel good. This stuck, right? It's hard to let go of. Well, when you tell yourself stories as well, when you tell yourself things like, "My vagina is broken," and believe me, this is another thing I've heard from so many clients, is that they'll say it to themselves over and over again, or it just becomes part of their narrative, part of the story that they tell people when they do, in fact, open up about prolapse, which unfortunately, many people feel shame about it and they don't open up, so they keep the story inside themselves. But when they do open up, they say, "My vagina is broken." Maybe to get a laugh, maybe to sort of make light of it, which, that can be okay to give yourself some grace and to make light of the situation, but that's not a positive statement to make. It's very, very harmful to yourself to be hearing that when you're saying it to yourself, or maybe you're saying it to your partner. I have a client who said that she used to say this to her husband almost every day, "My vagina's broken." It impacted her sex life. It impacted the way she was able to live her daily life and take care of her children. It impacted everything because she believed it. Even if she kind of thought that maybe she was saying it in a joking way, she believed it. And so you need to start changing your narrative, start changing your story, and choosing a new story. And this will be different for everybody. You can craft this to meet your needs. But perhaps if you are telling yourself a story such as "My vagina is broken," and you're saying it to yourself over and over throughout the day, whatever your story is, write it down on a piece of paper. And then cross it out. And I want you to write a new story. And it doesn't have to be a huge leap like my vagina's cured or I no longer have prolapse. That's a pretty big leap. So it might be more effective to take little staircase steps up to a better feeling. So rather than making this huge leap, little staircases up. So one example is you could say, I'm feeling better and better every day. Or my vagina changed, but it's getting better and better every day. My vagina had some issues after I had my baby or whatever it was. But I'm learning so much and I see so much positive ahead for me in my future. Or maybe you could just say, I believe that I can get better. You know what? If you don't believe it, borrow my faith, because I have seen and helped so many people get better and I got better myself. 14 years ago almost now, my son's almost 14, I developed my own mild bladder prolapse. And I was able to successfully treat myself. I successfully reversed the condition and I'm no longer symptomatic. I do have little things that come up every once in a while, but because I understand that pelvic health maintenance is for life, and this has all become a part of my lifestyle, that I live a lifted lifestyle, and I talk about that in my lift program. And I do exercises that are pelvic floor friendly and safe for my core, and I tune in and I listen to my body, and I know that everything I need to heal myself is really quite simple. It's really from within, and it really has to do with managing my stress so that my pelvic floor muscles don't get clenched and tight. It has to do with eating clean, so I'm removing irritants and inflammatory things from my gut so that I can have good digestion, which is really important for pelvic health. And I'm moving my body every single day in ways that are safe and friendly for my pelvic floor. These are the 3 simple things I do. I maintain it for life, and I'm better. You can too. And so if you need to borrow my faith to know that you can get better, go ahead, take it. I give it to you freely. And write a new story. So to recap what I've said to you today is the 2 things that you need to stop doing immediately if you have prolapse is you need to stop checking. Ditch the mirror. Stop checking. You can check in every once in a while. Maybe make a schedule. Maybe you check in once every week or once every 2 weeks or once a month. But do not check every day, multiple times a day. And tell yourself a new story. Stop saying my vagina's broken. Just take that out of your lexicon. It's not part of your vocabulary anymore. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope it served you. And if it did, please give me a comment. Tell me how you are going to change your story, where you're going to take your new story, what direction you're going to take it. And also share this with a friend who might need it. Prolapse and pelvic health issues are super, super common, and so it's likely that there are people in your life who really need this message right now today. So give this a like, share it with friends, and check out my lift program if you're curious about it. All of the information you need is in the notes for the video. So I'll see you next time, and until then, remember, eat clean, move every day, and you will shine brighter. You can live a vibrant, healthy, happy, amazing life with pelvic health issues, and you can get better. So I'll see you next time. If you are dealing with prolapse or bladder leakage and are looking for a program that you can do at home, check out Lift. You can get the first week free by heading to femfusionfitness.com/lift. Start your healing journey today.